Hello, wealthy, successful, money making traders. This is your trader's friend. Thank you for joining me for another video, guys. I'm so glad you can be here with me. This is a follow up on what I did yesterday, talking about strength candles and waiting for bank strength to enter the market. Yesterday just happened to be a really good trending market. A lot of times, especially on a Tuesday, you will have a swinging market. And I trade according to the market that is presented to me. But the question was about strength candles. And this is my favorite time frame to trade when I really have the time to pay attention to it or when I really want to be actively involved with the market. This is the Euro JPY on the 1 minute time frame. And you can see all of these candles previous to the candle during the European session. Now, you can see how you start to have these strong candles to the downside on the 1 minute time frame, going in harmony with that overall trend. However, when you get this tree trunk that stands up, bam, that train ride is over. It is done. So now you have market strength standing up and saying, pay attention. Now, if you get into this, you know your stop goes below this candle. When you get into this, if price then comes back to close that, you're out of there. You're out of there. It's just a trick trap. So this is that same price action yesterday. And you can see we went on for hours and hours and hours before we got a really good pullback opportunity. And how would I recognize the pullback opportunities? Because you had some scalping opportunities along the way. So the question would be, now that would get me. This one would definitely get me because of the size of that candle. However, you note that price is still in the upper half of that candle. So I would have shorted right there only to be stopped out. So that would have been me simply because we have this tiny price action and bam, we have the biggest candle we've seen in a while. However, it's not bank strength candle. Let me show you. Now, this is the one, and I wrote this when I saw it yesterday. This is the one. This is the one because even though the other ones look gigantic on the screen, when you see this one, this is 16 pips. So it said to me that price is going to reverse soon. And pretty much it did. Now, with a really strongly trending market like that, you get the opportunity for a good pullback, which is exactly what this ended up being. And then after that, price just continued to stay range bound for a while. Let's look at this on the Euro USD as well. Oh, and let's get a time reference to how long that took so you can have an idea of how long that was. So that was about 7 hours, almost 8 hours before you got the end of that run. Well, it wasn't the end of that run, but before you got a really good pullback. So when you counter trend trade during a strongly trending market, make sure that you realize it is a short term opportunity. Think of it, this is a really bad example, but think of it this way. Think of it as you being married to the trend. However, you're stepping out and having an affair with your secretary. It's a short term arrangement. I know that sounds so bad, but it's a really bad example, but you get the idea of what it is that I'm trying to say with that. Let's take a look at this Euro USD. I was going to pause it first, but like, So yesterday, this one was way better. This one was way better because you got a strong breaking close of that 200 SMA as well, with your stop just below. So these happened around the same time yesterday. So here you have 17 pips in a 1 minute candle, which is usually more than you'll get in the average 5 minute candle. And so for me, when I see something like this, it says bank strength to me. And you can see how we went up, up, up. Now, you did get scalping opportunities in here like this. That was a good scalping opportunity. So there's a time that the market rests that will give you scalping opportunities. And I went ahead and noted this one because this was a scalping opportunity. However, you'll see that this is short lived. You're going to get about 7 pips out of that before price reverses on you and continues on with the overall trend. Now, the really good pullbacks come with candles like this, and this is actually where I was making the video yesterday. That's 17 pips in that candle, making it way larger than all of the previous candles to the left. So that's where it is that I'm looking for the shorting opportunities. And I started to short this, and we got a really good pullback on that before price continued in the direction of the previous trend. So what you need to know is when you have a strongly trending market, you're looking to get in on the bank strength candle. You're looking for shorting opportunities in a candle that looks like it's exhaustion. Now on the 5-minute time frame, this pretty much just turned around and started falling down. However, a lot of times when you're trading the 1-minute time frame, that reversal is not immediate. So then you'll have another situation like this where you have, and you can see the market's already moving. I'm going to get in a little bit. It's not quite 7:30 my time yet. So back to the video. Sorry about that. But you can see you have a really big candle running up to the upside as well before price falls down and gives you a pretty good dip. So that ended up being, I think yesterday about 20-ish pips or so. So it worked out to be a really nice pullback. And then from there, you just kind of got this kind of swinging market, but mostly going to the upside. So price continued to follow that trend. Now, something that would have made me really think that this was a legitimate reversal as opposed to a pullback. You can see that we did not close this bank strength candle. And sometimes you will close this candle only to hit the trend line. And this is a 200 SMA, this is a 10 SMA, only to hit that trend line and then bounce back up and follow the trend. So in order for a trend to be stopped, in order for that train to stop, there needs to be a gigantic tree that stands up, just like the train that was going in this Euro JPY pair. So you can see where the train was going strongly until the tree stood up and crashed that train. I want to remind you that you can absolutely do this. You can be successful at Forex. Have an amazing pip filled trading day.